Hey, glad you came back. Hey, so check this out. So, in the my cravings for having hot dogs, right? So my last video, it was a coney dog. So this time we're looking more closely to New York, right? So we're doing the New York dog, right? The dirty water dog. And I'm also going to give you a the Bronx bomber, right? Now the Bronx bomber is kind of controversial because there are some people that make this, like for example in Brooklyn, it's pretty much the same thing, but they have an issue with the Bronx, so they call it the Brooklyn bomber. I'm about to break my tongue, but it's the same thing. I know you saw the thumbnails, but this is what we got. Yeah, here you got the Bronx bomber or the Brooklyn bomber, whatever you call it. But now this one with just the mustard and the red onion sauce is just your classic New Yorker, and that's what we're doing. The red onion sauce. That's the base of this video today. And for those of you that have had that and you wanted to get it again, but you may not be in New York, I've heard that there are some places in Arizona that actually will provide this for you. I know that the Sabrett's hot dogs, I know they have a jarred version that you can buy. You have to buy it online because it's not national, right? So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make that red onion sauce, okay? And this sauce can go on hot dogs, hamburgers, steaks, whatever you want to put it on, it's going to satisfy your taste buds. Now I'm going to try each one of these. I mean, I already know what it tastes like, but I'm going to have some, and then we're going to do some work. So now this is your classic New Yorker. It has the red onion sauce. It has the spicy brown mustard on it, and that's it. And it's done in a dirty water with a dirty water hot dog. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to make dirty water for your hot dogs when you boil them, because these are not steamed. Let me move this out of the way. Mm. Yep. I know you're going to enjoy this. I know it. Now, the Bronx bomber, it has the red onion sauce, and it has sauerkraut on top of it, along with the spicy mustard. So let's have some of that too. I can't wait. Mm. Mm. And you know I love sauerkraut. Mm. Man, oh man. So I hope you like this video. I hope you try it for yourself. Now, I need to show you how to do it. So let's do some work. Let's do some work. Yeah.
Hey, this is Shrashira. That's the best elevator music I ever heard.
All right, so the ingredients, I mean, it's real simple. I have 2 medium-sized onions that I use the mandolin and slice up thin. Here we have 2 cups of water. Now basically the way I do it is for every onion that I slice up, I add 1 cup of water. Okay, makes it simple. Here we have about 1/3 of a cup of distilled vinegar, white vinegar, 1/4 cup of brown sugar to offset the acidity from the vinegar. Have about a teaspoon of dried mustard powder. Okay. Here we have about 1/4 cup tomato paste. Here we have a tablespoon of chili powder right here. A tablespoon of paprika. Now here we have a teaspoon of garlic powder, or granulated garlic. And here we have a teaspoon of granulated onion. We have about 4 minced garlic cloves here. Then we have about a teaspoon of cinnamon, teaspoon of black pepper, and a teaspoon of salt. Now let's get this cooking. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add the onions to a stock pot, right? Or in this case, I'm using just a enamel Dutch oven. You've seen me use it before because of the pure volume of the onions. Now the onions, they're going to cook down. But what we're doing, we're not caramelizing them. We're just sweating them. We're softening them, okay? And then we'll add the other ingredients. And then it's going to simmer for about 30 minutes, 35 minutes, depending. And once the liquid reduces by half, we'll check it out. And if we have to, and this is optional, we'll make a slurry, which is, in this case, we're going to be using about 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of water. And we're going to mix that all up, shake it up, and add it to it just to thicken it. Okay? So let's get to that. Let's go ahead and start cooking this bad boy. Okay, let's get this heat turned on at medium, and we're going to add a few tablespoons of vegetable oil. You know, normally I use canola oil, but in this case, I think I use vegetable oil. It's a good neutral oil as well. And then once the oil heats up, we're going to add our onions and start sauteing them. All right, now let's add our onions. You can see how thin I sliced them with the mandolin. Do you have to have yours that thin? No, you don't. But I was thinking it would just be easier when they're sliced that thin. Okay, we're just sweating them just to soften them up. We're not trying to caramelize them. We're not browning them. Want them to be soft. Just to speed this up, I'm going to put the lid on for a couple minutes. All right. Stir these on up. And I got the heat at medium, okay? Trying to get just the natural juices that come out of the onions while they're sweating here. And you can see they're already reducing, breaking down, if you will. And the fact that I cut them so thinly, it really speeds up the process. Now we're going to add our salt. Yep. Add our pepper. Cinnamon. Yeah, so yeah, we're adding our spices now at this point. Granulated garlic. Granulated onion. Got our minced garlic. Goes in. Mustard powder. Paprika. Yes. Chili powder. Mm-hmm. And our brown sugar in. Now let's get this mixed up. And don't worry if it doesn't go all over the place, because remember, we're going to be adding the vinegar and the water to it, so everything's going to get diluted, so it's good. Well, not diluted, but spread out. And our vinegar in. Now let's add our tomato paste. Get in there. Yep. That mixed in. Now the tomato paste is also going to thicken this as well, as give it that nice additional acidity that the brown sugar is going to also counteract. Now let's add our water. Water goes in. And now you see why they call it a red onion sauce, right? Because that tomato paste, the paprika, and the chili powder are going to give it that red coloring. Now I'm going to put the lid on it until it starts to boil. And once it's boiling for about 10 minutes, we're going to remove the lid and let it simmer. Alright, so now it's boiling. Just a little stir, and then we're going to reduce the heat to low and let this go for about 35 minutes or so. Okay, down to low so it can reduce. I'm going to keep the lid on it and just crack it. Why? Because it might splash up and get out of control, and you don't want to mess. So I will see you in about 35 minutes or so. All right, so it's reduced by half, maybe just barely a little over half, but I want this to thicken up a little bit more, so I'm going to add the slurry to it, okay? Some tasting chopsticks here we're working with here. Actually, let me get a piece of onion too. Oh, that's good. Oh, good. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. But got my slurry here. And I'm going to add that. And again, the slurry is 1 tablespoon of cornstarch mixed with 2 tablespoons of cold water. And I put it in a container to shake it because it's much more efficient to do it that way versus trying to stir it with a spoon or a fork or a whisk. I'm going to scrape some of the sides here. Now we're going to let this go on low just for like 5 minutes with the lid on. Okay, so now it's all ready. The red onion sauce is ready. Now, what I want to do is move this out of the way and start working on the dirty water. The dirty water dogs. Turn the heat up. Let this come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, we'll be back. Okay, so for the dirty water dogs, we got the water here. It's just about to boil. What we want to add to it, some cumin. Now, this is to taste, depending on how you like it, right? Granulated garlic. And right now I'm adding about a teaspoon of each of these spices. Granulated onion, add in there. And about 3½ bay leaves. Now we're going to add 1 onion that I've quartered up. Okay? So you can see the water looks kind of cloudy, like it's dirty. It's not dirty, it's just the way it is. It's like that way because of all the spices. Now we're going to let this come to a boil, and then we're going to add the hot dogs and let them simmer. Now, when this comes to a boil, we're going to let this simmer for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to turn it, make sure it's all the way down to low, and add the hot dogs so they can cook. So I'll see you then. Hey, so you're probably wondering, how can I support this channel? So, if you like what I do, you can support it. There's several ways to do it. The most basic way to do it, just watch the video, right? Let the ads play, okay? If you want to give a little more, you can look down below the video. You'll see a thanks button. You can click that. You can donate. Also, another avenue that you could do, you could go to Shrashira.com. Yeah, see what we have there. Sometimes I have hot sauces. I have some random things there that I make by hand in the House of Straw. Okay? So I hope you enjoy everything. Let's get back to it. Alright. So now we're going to take our hot dogs. We're using Nathan's. We're going to put them in here. The temperature's on low, and we're just going to let them steep until we're ready to use them. So minimum, I would say 10 minutes. And it's on low, so they shouldn't burst or split, right? And after that 10 minutes over, we're going to plate up. We're going to enjoy this. Okay, now, so you might say, well, why is it called a dirty water dog? Now, the reason being is that the water looks cloudy and it looks murky. It basically looks like catfish water. Now, if you're from the South, you know what catfish water is. You go to the pond, that water, that brown, jacked up water that you don't want to put your toe in. Yeah. But this is that color because of the spices that are in it. And generally, the hot dog cart vendors will have the hot dogs in there simmering all day long. The longer they're in there, the more flavorful they get. Now, you saw what I put in mine, okay? You can put whatever you want in yours for your flavor profile or the flavor profile of your family and friends, right? So I have the hot dogs in there, as you saw, and they're just simmering on low. If you keep it on high and they're boiling, the hot dogs are going to burst and split. So you want to keep it on as low as possible, and it will allow the hot dogs, the frankfurters, or even sometimes if you want to do smoked sausages or the brats, it will absorb all the seasonings that you put in it. Okay? So no, this is not a steamed hot dog adventure. And no, this is not a grilled hot dog adventure, no barbecue. This is boiled. Most people on the East Coast and the South, they like boiled. Can't go wrong with it, and it gets done quick. But in this case, I'm going to let it simmer. So right now it's simmering. Yes, the water looks dirty the way it's supposed to be, but you just put in what you want. That's all I want to tell you, right? So I'm going to let this go for a little bit longer, and then I'll make the dogs, and we'll plate up, and we'll see what we got. So let me let this go ahead and relax a little more. All right, we got your bun. We're going to add spicy brown mustard to it. Yeah. Okay, good. Then we're going to add some of our red onion sauce. Yes. There we go. There's one. Now we're going to make the Bronx Bomber. Bun. The hot dog there. Go. I'm going to add our onion. I'm going to add our mustard. Now for the bomber, we have to add sauerkraut. If you know me, you know I love sauerkraut. Yeah. Mmm. Mmm. Excellent. Mmm. Let's see what we got. All right. Hey, we did work today, right? If you like this video, if you like the recipe, try it out. Let me know what you think, okay? If you're not already subscribed, hey, go down, hit subscribe, join the peanut gallery. Hey, we have room for you, and our arms are always open. And you know what else? We'll even leave the light on for you at night so you can find us in the dark. Also, if we're not connected on Instagram, go to Instagram, put your name in, Shrashira, look for the gray cat, and let's connect. That being said, you saw what I cooked. I got to feed the masses. Let's get to it. Thanks for watching and enjoy your day.